All right, guys. So you're welcome to another exciting live trading session powered by 10 Trade. My name is Tobi Okunuga. I'm super excited to be handling this session. It's always an amazing time where we have traders gather and then we're analyzing the market together as a team. All right. So we do these trading sessions every Tuesday and Thursday 9 a.m. Nigerian time. So it's meant to last for 1 hour every time we hold it. So by 10 a.m. past 10, we should be done with this session. Solomon Musa, good morning. All right. And what we'll be doing is to analyze the pairs, currency pairs, indices, even stocks that you are willing to trade for the week. All right. So you want to have a second perspective into the analysis. It's also an avenue for you to get your questions answered. All right. So if you're already trading and then you are encountering some questions, some issues, you need some clarifications. All right. So this is a time to get answers to your questions. All right. And I want to recommend if you are in Lagos and you have a bit of time on your hands, for these live trading sessions, I want to recommend come to the office, all right, so that you see everything is going in real time, how it's going in real time, and then you can also get to ask me questions personally. All right. So I want to encourage our Lagos audience to come to the office as much as you can. All right. So let us get started, guys. So drop in the chat box which currency pairs do you want us to analyze? Also, Mr. Mohammed in the house, which currency pair do you want us to analyze for today? Just let me know. Just think about it. Let me know. If you're listening to me right now, then you're online. Drop in the chat box which currency pairs do you want me to analyze, or which currency pair are you currently checking out to trade for the week, right? So James said gold, so check out gold. Solomon, Euro USD, GBP USD, KCGP. So we have 2 GBP USD, 1 Euro USD and gold. So USD card, US oil. All right, awesome. So let's start with GBP USD since I'm already on GBP USD. Now we have been checking out GBP USD since last week, and that is playing out to our analysis. All right, so this is what's going on GBP/USD. As always, you want to start analyzing on the higher time frame. Always recommended on the higher time frame. And then what did we say is going on GBP/USD on the higher time frame, on the weekly time frame? Price is ultimately bearish, right? All of this retracement here. Okay, this is a retracement. How do I know that this is a retracement? I like to change my candlestick indicator to the hiking Ashi when I'm really confused about structure, right? The candlestick hiking Ashi gives me a clearer perspective of the market, and I'm able to see that there's a supply here. Okay, there's a supply zone here. Okay, give me a second, guys. I have an issue on physical class. Sorry about that, Mr. Mohammed. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna join the phone. All right, good. So we are good to go. Okay, so we can see that there's a supply zone right here. This is supply zone that we're talking about. Price is currently retracing to this supply. And what do we know happens in a supply? Liquidity happens in a supply. All right. So what I'm saying, my expectation for this particular market is very simple. All right. In this particular supply, I'm seeing uh, seller's pressure. I'm seeing this right here. Okay, that's liquidity. And liquidity is being grabbed like so. All right. I'm also seeing trend line liquidity here. Okay, that has been grabbed by this up move. Okay. Ultimately, if this supply zone will hold, okay, if the supply zone will hold, price should give us a low. Okay, so price should break this zone. Okay, so that's the order flow expectation, what price might do. All right, so if I know that that's what price would do based on the weekly time frame, now on the lower time frame, we can be looking for something to trade. Now this is the daily time frame. The daily time frame, what do we have going on daily time frame here? We can see if you look at structure, okay, this is a swing low on daily time frame, and this is a swing high on daily time frame. How do you know that this is a swing high and swing low? Right, we can see all of this internal structure here. Price has broken to the lower side, giving us a possible change of character. Right, last time that price came up over here, the break of this zone makes this a swing low. Now we have swing low, we have swing high. Now this makes this is giving us an overall bullish move on daily, by the way. And over here we have trend line liquidity here. Okay. Now if I have trend line liquidity on daily time frame, remember last week when we we're looking at this particular pair, what did we say price was going to do? We said price was going to come down, okay, to take out liquidity here. And of course, price is already doing that. And then what do we have going on? If you take your Fibonacci and you measure from this swing low to this swing high right here. So let's take our fibs. Price should retrace into a discount. Okay, so if we know that price should retrace into a discount is any zone below the 0.5. If we know that price should retrace into a discount, we should be looking for selling opportunities, right, on a lower time frame. Okay, so now we know that we should be selling on based on what we have going on daily time frame. So I want to go to the 4-hour time frame. Now the 4-hour time frame is where I usually like to get my higher time frame points of interest. So when I go to 4-hour time frame, I'm looking for selling opportunities, right? And of course, you can see how price has been selling since last week, right? So everybody that has been selling since last week would have been making serious profit, right? Mr. Mohammed, you were in class yesterday where we took an entry or we saw an entry and they said price was going to drop on this particular pair. Ultimately, this is what price is doing. Price is giving us a low like so. This is the structure of price. Okay. Now price should see price break this low. I think there's already a break of this low. Price giving us a lower low here. Now, so what should you do if you want to get in on GBP USD? You want to wait for price to break this low to give you a proper break of structure, a lower low. Okay, if price should break this low, you want to look for possibility to sell. Remember, where do you want to sell to? We are still expecting that price should drop into the discount. Where is the discount from daily? Let me take my fibs again. Right, price should still drop to at least this place before we see a bounce up. Let me make that yellow. Before we see a possible bounce, right, price should retrace into this yellow zone here. So GBP USDC has a long way to go all the way down here. And then this also is coinciding with a little block of demand here after liquidity has been grabbed. Okay, so if we know that order flow on the higher time frame, we should be looking for sales. So 4-hour time frame, because I know what is going on daily and what's going on the weekly time frame, I'll be waiting for selling opportunities. All right. So price will still come down here. So we are waiting for price to break this low. Once price breaks this low, what are we waiting for? Then this is now a supply. This is a supply pocket here, a range of supply. Okay. Once this break happens, you wait for retracement into the zone, and then you look for sales. Now, if you also look at the character of the structure, inside this supply, all right, you're going to see liquidity, all right? There's a trend line liquidity right here, or if I use here, all right? So at least you want to wait for price to take out at least, all right, this high. Okay, you want to be looking for sales, right, above this play because we want liquidity to be grabbed. All right, so that is what we're going to wait for on GBP USD to happen before we sell at that zone. All right, so that's what I see on GBP USD. I'm patiently waiting for this to happen. On private traces, so I'm looking to strike above this zone. Okay, of course, before you look for sales, even here on your lower time frame, you're also expecting some form of seller's pressure, sweep of liquidity before you take entry. Now, there are different ways that you can take entry as a trader. I always say that what you want to consider before you take entry are sweeps of liquidity. If you ever find yourself in a trade setup and you don't know how liquidity has been grabbed, then most likely if you enter that trade, you are going to be the liquidity that is going to be grabbed. Right. So if you don't understand liquidity, you want to do your research, or you want to be a part of our next intermediate workshop starting June. So I'll talk more about that later on. All right. So that's what I have on GBP USD. Okay, nothing for now. Another thing that you can do is if we know that price should still break below this zone, if you want to scalp this move, you can go on a lower time frame. So let's go to the 1 hour, for example. All right. Now, if we know that price ultimately should give us a break of this particular structure, what can we see over here? Let me delete all of this. All right. On the 1 hour time frame, price has given us, this is internal structure right here. And on this internal structure, we are seeing a bearish momentum. Now, bearish momentum, okay, over here. Once price retraces into this zone, you can look for possible selling opportunities to the downside. Now, if you want to take entry for a sell here, this has to be for people that want to scalp. If you are an intraday trader, right, I don't really recommend it. But if you're a scalper, wait for price to retrace into the zone, and you want to go to the 2 minutes time frame or the 1 minute time frame and look for entries. All right. So wait for your confirmations to align before you take entries. At which zone will I take entry if I want to sell over here? All right. I'm looking at the character of of the market on this particular supply, right? And I'm spotting some inducement here, right? So there is every reason that possibly, okay, I'm seeing trend line liquidity here. So personally, if I'm to sell, if I'm to scalp this move, I'm going to wait for price to at least break this liquidity here or sweep liquidity here. So it is above this zone, okay, that I'll be looking to take entry for a sell to the downside. Right. This is so if you are scalping, this 1 hour time frame is your higher time frame. And I want to recommend that you take entry on the 2 minutes chart, maximum 5 minutes. Okay. Once everything aligns with your entry confirmations. All right. So I've given us two setups. This is for people that want to scalp. And for people that are intraday traders, day traders, you are looking to take entry on 15 minutes time frame, 30 minutes time frame. You want to wait for price to break this zone. Okay. You want price to create a lower low. Okay, that's on the 4-hour time frame, and wait for the retracements, and then you look for sell opportunities. Okay, so that's what I'll do. So let's check out another pair. All right. So I think the next pair we check out is gold. Someone said check out gold. So let's check out gold. All right. So what do we have on gold? Let us go to the weekly time frame. Okay, on weekly time frame, gold is also playing out as we planned. Gold is very much bullish, as we can see, okay, on this particular structure here. And what do we say that price is going to do? If gold is bullish, okay, we are seeing this low here. Okay, we are seeing this high right here. So on weekly, if you take your Fibonacci and then you measure from this low to this high, you see that on a bullish structure, for the bullish momentum to continue, right, price needs to retrace to the discount. And where is a discount? Below, anywhere below the 0.5 right here. All right, so gold still has a long way to go all the way down. And if you are looking at imbalance, right, so there's a lot of imbalance here. For example, price imbalance also in the demand zone, right? Possibly price might still get to this standard order block here. So gold still has a long way to go to the downside, right? Why do you also know that? We're also seeing a trend line liquidity here. This is liquidity, okay, that they can grab. Okay, so they are incentivized to move the market down to take out liquidity over here. So we know this from the higher time frame, which is the weekly time frame. Now, if we know on the weekly that price is going to drop, right, then we're going to work our way down to lower time frame and look for possible sell opportunities, right? So let's go to the daily time frame. Okay, what do we have on daily? Okay, now for people that did not look at the weekly time frame perspective, some people might have been looking for buying opportunities somewhere here. All right, they have been induced into the market. Ultimately, their stop loss would have been hit because you did not check what's going on higher time frame. All right, so because we know what's going on, we know the strength, okay? Gold is bearish, okay? Now, what are we going to do? This is the lower time frame, daily time frame. And what can we see? We can see some sort of a break of structure, like so. If you take this zone, this is a break of structure. And ultimately, this is a possible chain of character, right? If I take this impulse leg from here to here, ultimately, this is what I'm trying to say. Now, a lot of times when we see a break of a chain of character like so, price should still retest the supply that broke the zone. Okay, so this is a supply pocket. Okay, now as you can see, we can find a, let me make this bigger. Oops. So this particular one candle retested the zone and then price kept going down. Right now, this particular thing that happened, for some people, are you going to accept this as a retest of supply or not? That'll depend on your criteria. But personally, I would still like to see a bit more momentum to the upside. Now, why do I think that price will still go to the upside? Check out trend line liquidity here. All right. So there's a lot of liquidity sitting here. And if you are a student of liquidity, you find out that price loves to move where liquidity is. By liquidity, a lot of people have put their stop loss here. A lot of people are even willing to sell. Okay, here. Now, there are people that have put sell orders somewhere here. All right, and people's stop losses will be grabbed, Okay, now what I'm going to wait for is if price will start retracing from here to the upside. This is the daily time frame, all right? If I take my Fibonacci and from the start of this impulse to the end of the impulse, right, I'm going to wait for price to retrace into the premium zone. Okay, so this is a premium. Okay, anywhere above 0.5 is a premium. So let me use a rectangle. So I see my price to retrace somewhere inside the zone. Also, as you can see, it is aligning with the sweep of liquidity here. All right, so I won't be looking for sales, okay, right now. I would like price to retrace. So it makes sense if we can see on this particular guy here, if you can see a counter trend move to the upside to follow this momentum, that would be very great. All right. Now, a lot of people are going to be selling because of this trend line here, but you don't want to be doing what everybody's doing. Now let's see if our analysis will be right. Let's go to a lower time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. It always makes sense to walk your way down. I recommend you learn how to do top-down analysis properly. Okay. So what do we have going on here? This is structure right here. And what do you want to wait for? Possibly this high right here. This is a supply zone. All right, it's currently active. If we see price break this zone like so, if price breaks this zone, right, you want to enter at the retest of that newly found demand, and then you buy. All right, this is what's going on the 4 hours. This is a 4-hour structure. This is what I would do if I'm trading gold. All right, I'm trading gold right here. Okay. Now, if you let us check what's going on the 2-hour time frame. Now, on the 2-hour time frame, if we for people that are aggressive with order flow, for example, you would have, let me delete this. You would have said that this is an internal structure lower high, right? You would have said this is a change of character. This is a change from bearish momentum to bullish momentum. Now, what did price do? Price came up, broke this internal structure here. Okay, price gave us a retracement into this block of demand right here. And now we will be looking for buy setups like so. Now, why do I also think that possibly price is going to go up? Because price is a fan of liquidity, right? You can see what's going on here. This is liquidity that can be targeted here. Trendline liquidity, all right? Price is going to retrace into this trend line, and people would be looking to sell at the trend line. But ultimately, that's the inducement to take out people's stop losses. All right. So my bias overall is based on what I'm seeing on the daily time frame. Okay. Based on what I'm seeing on daily time frame, price still needs to retrace into the supply properly. Proper retracement in supply before the real move for a sell happens. All right. And so we are going to be going on buying the move to sell eventually. All right. So, and that brings us back to our weekly perspective of price. Remember our weekly overall, we are bullish. Price is currently retracing. So on daily time frame, we want to look for uh retracement opportunities. Okay. But price is not yet set to retrace fully yet. Okay, on daily, for price to retrace, there has to be strong momentum from the supply. Okay, so price needs to come here and grab liquidity and grab volume. Okay, enough volume to move the market all the way down here. All right, so that's why I'm saying that based on the 4-hour time frame now, okay, we want to look for buying opportunities into the premium zone on that particular daily. Okay, so as this particular setup unfolds, we'll be posting it on our groups, WhatsApp groups, and Telegram groups for updates. But hey, the market eventually will do what it wants to do. We might say that price will go up, and then we might see a news come out, and then price going all the way down. Who knows, right? But based on technical analysis and based on the character that I'm seeing in the market, I'm seeing a change of character forming here, and price giving us a little bit of bullish momentum to grab liquidity. Okay. After the liquidity grab has happened, we're going to be looking for sell setups. Okay. Hope that makes sense, guys. Hope that makes sense. I want to recommend as we upload this, the replay of this session is going to be out before 12 p.m. today. I want to recommend that once we post it on our groups, that you take a look at it again and do your own markups as well. Okay, so let's check out other pairs. So let's check out Euro USD. Euro USD. Okay. So as always, you want to start from the higher time frame. So let's do everything here. So what do we have going on Euro USD? Okay. Let me go to my hiking sheet. Okay. I can see price is in the supply here. Okay. All right. So for people that are not on the group chat, Aziz Adisa, I want to recommend if you are a client of TenTrade, you want to reach out to your account manager to be added to the group, all right? Or reach out to the person that sent you the link to this particular webinar to add you to the group, okay? So price is in supply right here. And what are we saying about the character of the supply? All right, let me change that to normal candlestick. We are seeing a possible, excuse me, we are seeing liquidity graph like so, graphs of liquidity to the upside. Excuse me. Thank you. And on weekly time frame, right? There's a possible inducement forming like so, possible M pattern. If you want to look at it that way, right? You can also look at it this way. Okay. Overall, this is a high that's been taken out. This is liquidity right here. Oops. This liquidity has been taken out by this move. Okay. So ultimately, it makes sense to start looking for sell opportunities, right? We have seen a lot of confirmations that bearish momentum is about entering into the market, or the dollar is about gaining strength. So let's go to daily time frame, for example. Let's see something that meets our buyers. Now, on daily time frame, what do we have? We've seen, look at the structure of daily. Let me quickly do that. We have a swing low right here. Okay, this is daily time frame, and then we have swing high. Then we have a swing high right here. Okay, price has given us a change of character like so. Okay, this is a change of character. This low. Let me zoom in so that you see it properly. Okay, this is the structure I'm saying. Price going up like so. This high, really price breaking this to the downside. Okay. So over here, we've seen on daily, we are seeing momentum shifts a bit bearish. Okay. And if you take the Fibonacci and then you measure from here to here, from this low to this high. If you measure with your fibs, okay, you're still expecting price to retrace to discount. Okay, so price is already at a discount, okay, thankfully. And we are seeing liquidity, trend line liquidity here, like so. All right. So on Euro USD, price is at premium, price at discounts right now. So you can also be incentivized to look for a bit of bounce off, a bit of buying opportunities. Now, this is also a standard order block here. So on the daily time frame. Okay. Now, price is retracing or has retraced like so, taking out this trend line liquidity and is currently retracing into this particular order block. All right. Now, price has not hit the order block properly. All right. So I still see a bit of supply pressure still needed on Euro USD. Pricing needs to come down a bit on Euro USD properly into this other block. If this other block is going to kick into effect, then we should see price give us a higher high. Ultimately, okay, if this other block is going to work out. Of course, before price will give us this kind of momentum to the upside, then we will see enough inducements in terms of trend line here. All right, so price, I don't think price is ready yet to go up properly. Now, let's go to the 4-hour time frame and see a possible opportunity in terms of day trading setup. So on the 4-hour time frame, what do we have? Okay. Price is bearish on 4 hours. We can see this trend line liquidity right here. Okay, don't mind my trend line. Okay. Ultimately, what do we have here? We can see, so when price is giving you bearish momentum like so, it's best to look for sell opportunities. All right. And where would I sell? Honestly, I would sell at this supply. That's just me. I might be wrong, okay, but I've seen price do this a lot of times. Now, I think price is going to come back to take out this liquidity here, this liquidity. All right. And if I measure my Fibonacci from this impulse to this impulse, I'm looking to take a sell at premium. That's somewhere here. Okay. somewhere here where I want price to take out this liquidity. All right. So above this zone is where I'm looking to sell personally, based on what I've seen price do a lot of times. So I want price to come up and take out this. This is a mini trend line here, trend and liquidity. So I'm waiting for price to come up properly and grab liquidity before going all the way down. Okay, so right now, the move currently happening, all right, I'm going to leave room for you to ask questions, right? If you have questions that you want to ask, you can type your questions in the chat box or signify if you want to ask your questions verbally. I'm going to unmute you so that you can ask your questions verbally. So right now, we are seeing this particular supply. This is supply currently working out, and you can see there's a lot of, on a lower time frame, price is ranging here. There's a lot of indecision currently going on. If you go to 15 minutes time frame, you see how price is moving sideways like so. You can see that sideways movements. We don't know exactly what is going on yet on this guy, which is because there's a lot of accumulation here, there's a lot of liquidity. So let me show you. So this is some sort of a ranging market, and ranging markets is used to grab liquidity. Like so, you can see you don't really know what's going on. Okay, so price are broken out, all right, but still, I would wait personally for something very, very clear. I'll wait for price to retrace high or above this zone. Oops, above this zone right here before looking for sell opportunities. All right, so for people that are looking to trade Euro USD, this is what I would do, honestly. I might, if I don't see this, I wouldn't be interested in placing this trade. All right, price might, for all we know, price might come down, okay, and just drop straight into this standard order block, okay? I don't mind, all right? But I will not be getting myself involved in this setup until I see price take out this liquidity here. All right, price has approached it. I'm seeing some form of ranging market here, consolidation here, right? I want price to take people's liquidity out into a block of supply and then I sell. All right. Godwin Tanko, you're raising your hand. Is it Godwin Tanko? I think I saw God's Power raise his hand at that time. If you have any questions, type in the chat box or signify so that I will unmute you and then you ask a question. Mr. Mohammed, do you have any questions so far? Very well. Okay. So we have a question in the fiscal house, in the fiscal audience. The question is, how do you understand liquidity grabs properly? If you are listening to me right now, and then you also have an issue with spotting liquidity in the market, type in yes in the chat box. If you've not properly understood the concept of spotting liquidity on the chat, type in yes in the chat box. Okay, so we have a lot of people with the same challenge. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now the easiest thing that I would tell you today is very simple. Let's do a bit of 2 minute course on liquidity. I want to recommend for everybody here, if you are a client of TenTrade or you are not a client of TenTrade, you can be a part of the intermediate. We have something we call intermediate workshop. An intermediate workshop is a 1 month intensive workshop, physical and online. We meet twice a week. Okay, thanks, sir. And in that time that we meet in a month, we are looking at advanced concepts. And one of those concepts that we're going to be looking at is the concept of liquidity, right? How to support liquidity in the market. Now, you must understand that buying and selling happens at the same time, all right? Economics, buying and selling happen at the same time. If you go to the market now to buy Apple, for you to buy Apple, eh, for you to make that buying transaction, somebody needs to be ready to sell to you. All right. So you cannot buy Apple if there's nobody willing to sell to you. And for the person on the other end, for the trader, that trader cannot sell. He cannot perform a selling transaction if there's nobody willing to buy. Right. So buying and selling is action that happens at the same time. All right. Now, if you understand the concept of market participants or the market makers, the people that truly move the market, all right, who can give me an example of people that move the market? Type it in the chat box. Which type of category of institutions or people move the market that they have enough volume or money, okay, to move price in any direction? Okay, type it in the chat box if you understand, if you know this. Okay, banks, all right, banks, large banks and financial institutions. So, or hedge funds. So, for example, if a large bank now wants to buy, let's say, $1 billion worth of gold, all right, you must not ask yourself, in the forex market, for that buying, for that buy to occur. So let me do it. So let's say they want to buy at, they want to buy, where is it? Let me use this line. Okay. So a buying scenario wants to occur. So if we are buying, that means we are expecting that price will go up, right? So they want to buy gold. You must not ask yourself, okay, if they want to buy that amount of gold, who are the people that are going to sell? All right, because you cannot buy gold from thin air, right? At least you can't buy that amount of gold from thin air. There will be a lot of imbalance in the market. Now, there are times that there's something called imbalance, whereby buy orders does not meet sell orders. So we'll talk more about that later. But in an efficient market, for example, like gold is a very efficient market, and they want to buy gold. And that's why I say, who are the people that will sell gold to these people, to them? All right. So they need to buy gold at the seller's price. All right. So there's something called inducement. And the market makers are going to create a scenario to make you believe that price will move in a particular direction. All right. So, for example, one of those scenarios are retail trading patterns or retail concept. For example, a lot of people would buy at support, right? And if you are buying at support, so this is a support zone. So if you are buying at support, an average trader buying at support is going to put a stop loss somewhere here. Okay. Some will even have a very tight stop loss. So if you are buying at support, All right. There's a support there because the big banks, they've created the market to induce you to believe that this is a support, that price will reverse from here. What they're actually doing is to create liquidity because they want to move the market all the way up. They need to create a market scenario whereby they're going to have a lot of a lot of people that want to sell, okay, to them. So they want to move the market up. So, and they want to buy. Your own stop loss for a buy order is a sell. Okay, your stop loss is the price at which you want to sell off your position on that particular entry. All right. So, and they are the one that have the money to move the market. So they're going to, so what they will do is they'll move the price down and they're going to buy at your own price, at our own price. So because if they create a market scenario and it supports, majority of traders, we are trading the same way, right? You learned from the same source. Some of us learned from baby pips. Some of you learned from iMarkets Live. Some learned on YouTube. And we're all taught the same thing. From time immemorial, we are still being taught the same thing. So these big boys, they know exactly where our orders are sitting, all right? So they're going to give you inducement. So they'll move the market down to take out your own price. So this is the price you're going to sell, all right? So they're buying at your price. They're doing you a favor. They are buying at your price. That's the price in which you want to sell your position. For a buy to happen, okay, there has to be a sell. So they are buying, so price has moved up, all right, because there are people willing to sell. That is liquid. This is just one out of liquidity concepts that you learn, all right? Another concept that you learn is a concept of trend line liquidity, like so. Okay, we have stores like this. Okay, people are believed are incentivized to buy. So once price should retrace back into this trend line, an average trader is looking to buy, right? Whenever you see trend line, or whenever you see a market scenario that an average retail trader is interested in taking action, right? It's a very risky zone to trade, all right? Because people are putting their stop loss maybe here, their stop loss here, people are taking entry somewhere here, okay? Whenever you see liquidity, this is liquidity, where people stop loss are sitting, that's liquidity, all right? Whenever you spot liquidity, there is the big financial institutions, they are incentivized, okay, to move the market down, take liquidity. All right. So whenever I see that price is giving me liquidity, I'm always looking for price to go there. So I want to trade in the direction that these big banks are looking to trade. Okay. So if you understand liquidity, then you started understanding the footprints of the market makers. And that will give you an idea to trade in the direction. So they are always looking to grab liquidity. All right. So if you want to learn more about liquidity and get proper understanding and support, I would recommend that you be a part of the upcoming intermediate workshop. It's starting the first week of June. All right. If you're going to be a part of that, and it's free to attend, all right, as long as you are a 10-trade client, you want to drop your WhatsApp number on the chat box right now if you want to be a part of the June edition of the intermediate workshop, where you get access to all of these concepts. You'd also learn about demand and supply, you learn about liquidity, you learn about order flow, you learn about how they manipulate the market, how they are taking your stop loss, or why they should even take people's stop losses. All right, so drop your WhatsApp number in the chat box if you are interested. All right, and our team will reach out to you. Okay, good. So let's move on. Okay, so James, I see you. Chineke, Alex, good. Yakubu, good. All right, good. So let's move on, guys. Let's do another example. I think someone said we should check out GBP JPY. So I'll just rush these remaining setups because we're already out of time. Okay. So as always, we want to check out what's going uh on the higher time frame. Okay, I can remember checking out this guy. So this is GPJPY, right? And what do we have going on GPJPY on weekly time frame? Price is obviously bullish on this guy. Okay, Mariama said, what about us outside Nigeria? Definitely, you can be a part of it online as well. All right, so we do the session physically and online. So if you are outside Nigeria, you can also be a part of the training session for the interview workshop. So just drop your WhatsApp number or a number that we can reach you on. Somebody will contact you and they'll walk you through the steps, okay, of how to be a part of the session. Okay. So for GBP JPY, what do we have? We have price is bullish, obviously, and this is the higher high, like so. Okay. And when we're checking this out last week, I was saying that there's a possibility that we're going to see a proper break of structure like so. That means the body of the candle, of a bullish candle, possibly, right, is going to break and close above the zone for a continuation of that bullish trend on the weekly. Okay. Now, another scenario that might happen is possibly we might also be seeing a reversal from here, possibly. Okay, price might just reverse from here, give retracements, and then go all the way down. We don't know what's going to happen ultimately. But if you go on lower time frame, we can get a clearer picture as to what will happen. But looking at this bullish order flow, right? The ideal thing you should be looking out for, right, is to buy this guy. Like you want to be buying because the strength is still buying. Okay. Now let's go to daily. On daily, what do we have going on daily? All right, you can see it's still pricing very much bullish on the daily chart. Okay. Let's make that, let's make it big. On daily, you can see the bullish market, the bullish environment rather. Okay. Give me a second. And looking at this, what can we see? Now, we can see this candle right here, this bullish candle. You can see as it broke this previous high. But look at the nature, how it broke the high. It is not a strong break. All right. Because it's not a strong break, possibly there isn't strong demand on this particular impulse leg here. These are impulse leg. There isn't a strong demand. If I don't see a solid break of the previous structure, then personally, I'm not incentivized to look for buying setups at the retracement. Okay, now, normally, what we should do in this particular scenario is to buy at the retracement. So once price retraces to maybe this standard order block here, for example, okay, I'm supposed to look for for buying setups. Okay, if I should trace. But I would only be interested in buying if I see strong demand for GBP in this case. But look at the character. Came close, when price came close to the previous structure, if truly there is strong demand on this particular impulse leg, it should show as to how price is breaking structure, right? But over here, I'm seeing weakness here. So even though price retraces into a block of demand, I'm not incentivized to buy yet. So the only time that I'll buy here is if price should give me a U-turn and then possibly, oops, give me a second, and possibly comes up and give me a strong break of this reverse structure. Once that happens, if I now see a retracement into this demand, I'm looking to buy. All right, so right now, I will just still wait on GBPUSD. I don't know exactly what it wants to do yet, based on daily time frame. All right. So let me go to the 4-hour time frame. Let's see what's going on the 4 hours. Okay, possibly that will throw more light on why we're not seeing strength. Okay. So on the 4 hours, we're also seeing some form of liquidity build up here. Let us do this. This is a structure on 4-hour time frame. Price going up like so. All these are minor structures. Okay. Okay. So two things, right? For us to know what's going on 4-hour time frame, is price going to go down or is price going to go up? If price is going to go down, right, I want this lower low to be broken. If price is going to continue going up, right, this high, right, needs to be properly broken. All right, so we are also in some form of ranging market here based on the 4-hour time frame, right? Because you have to be very, very careful. Now, on the weekly time frame, a lot of people, okay, are interested in selling. Check it out. This is a high right here. For example, people that trade resistance zone, for example, or people that trade double tops. There's a lot of interest to sell because people think that, okay, this happened last year, so this is a strong previous high. So people are looking to sell here. So even as it is, based on what we are saying on weekly, it is more likely for price to go up. If you understand liquidity, is now more likely for price to go up, grab people's stop losses, right, before ultimately going down. But we don't know yet, okay? But your analysis on higher time frame gives you a better view of the possibility of price. Now, daily, what do you have on daily? We are seeing indecision here on daily. And 4 hours has given us why we are seeing a bit of indecision, right? Check out the structure on 4 hours. Okay, on 4 hours, price is caught. Price is in some form of range on the 4-hour time frame. How do we know what is going to happen on 4 hours now? Are we going to buy or are we going to sell? If you want to sell, you want price to break below the zone, give you a retracement, and then you sell from there. Are you going to buy? How do you know if you buy? You want price to break the zone, okay? Give you a retracement on the 4 hours, and then you buy. All right, but the dynamics of the moves will change based on the type of candles that the market's going to print. All right, so personally, I like to stay away from this kind of market. I don't really recommend it. All right, let the market tell you what it wants to do. You know, So that's that on GPUS, GBJPY. I won't really say much more. I don't have clarity on GPJPY. So I'll just let the market do its thing. I'm going to enter when price gives me a very good point of interest. Okay. I'm also saying if I'm also look at it, right? Let me show you something. There's liquidity both ways to be grabbed on GBP JPY on this 4-hour time frame. All right. I'm seeing liquidity here. These are equal lows like so. So price can come down. Price might just to come down, grab liquidity and just go up, right? We're also seeing equal highs like so. Okay, price goal might be to go up, grab liquidity, and then come down. Okay, so let's check out another pair. So I'll just chill on GPJPY. Let's check out our last setup for the day. I think somebody said we should check out uh let's check out US oil by John John. Okay, don't let me murder your name right there. John, are you still online? Let me check you out, John. Okay, so John is no longer online, so let me check out USJPY. Let's check out USD card. USD card. Okay, so let's go to the weekly time frame. Always start from the higher time frame, guys. My recommendation. Always, right? When you check out the strength of USD card on the weekly time frame, what can you see, guys? Tell me, is price in an uptrend or downtrend? What do you think price is doing right now? Okay, looking at these charts, what is price doing, Mr. Mohammed? Okay, type your answer in the chat box. Is price in an uptrend or a downtrend? Uptrend. Okay. Okay, Igwe said it's in a range. Okay. Cameron said uptrend. Can I get my feedback? Okay. Try. Just say something, guys. Yakubu, what is price doing? Alex said a range. Okay. You can see what you're saying by saying a range. Okay. You're looking at this, right? But overall, give me the structure. Okay, it's right there. Uptrend. Okay. The structure, based on market structure, price is ultimately bullish. All right. So we're currently seeing a range. Okay. To the downside, possibly. Okay. Now, if you know that that's what price is doing, price is in a ranging market. Okay. If we also look at the structure, we can say this right here. So if price is in a bearish, is in a bullish environment, that means there's a lot of demand for USD card. Okay. Now this is a demand pocket here. Price has not tapped into that pocket. Okay, so someday, okay, we should see price tap into this. Okay, and ultimately continue on the uptrend if we don't see a break of this higher low. Okay. Now that is a perspective on weekly time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame. Okay, let's work our way down to daily time frame. On daily time frame, what do we have going on daily? All right. Now, because price is ranging on a time frame, on the weekly time frame, does not mean that you cannot enter setups, right? It's a very high time frame, so you can enter on minor structures and internal structures. Okay. Now, what is price doing on daily? Let's check it out. Okay. Let me take a bird's eye view so we don't make a mistake. So we're trying to check out the structure of price now on the daily time frame. Let me go to Heiken actually real quick. So let me just start from here and then we'll figure it out. So price change of character here like so. Give it this. Igwe said it's currently bullish. Okay, let's check it out together. Okay, so you can see this break. So, you can see break like so. All right, so we have price giving us a bullish momentum about to break structure to the upside. So this is what I'm saying. Let me delete this. So this is what price is doing. Price was in a bearish momentum like so. Okay. And what has price done? We can see a break of this lower high like so. Okay. Price broke this high to the upside, and then we are seeing a retracement like so. Okay. So this demand is currently in control. This demand. All right. And ultimately, if this demand zone is going to hold, then price should ultimately target this high right here. So price should target this high right here. So because price is in a demand on daily, right, we are naturally incentivized to look for bullish trading opportunities. Now let's go to 4-hour time frame and get a bit more clarity as to the structure of price. Now on daily, what do we have? Okay, we have a bullish structure like so. We have internal bullish structure here. So if you have done bullish structure here, what can we do? Ultimately, price should maybe target this internal high right here, bullish high. Okay. Now, this is what we can look out for on USD CAD on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, give me a second, guys. So, sorry about that. Let's quickly wrap this up real quick. Now, what do we have here? We have this high, we have this. So what I wait for on GBJPY, on USD CAD rather, is you want price to break this zone. So price already breaking it. Okay, let us make this. So you want price to break these heights. It's already happening. You want to see a solid break of the zone. Okay. Once that happens, you now want to wait for if this happens like this, wait for a retracement. And your retracement that you're waiting for, you need it to take out. This is a trailer liquidity. All right. Price to be incentivized to take out some amount of liquidity here. All right. So price might take out this liquidity here. It can be this one, it can be this one. Okay. Ultimately, I recommend to wait for price to enter this extreme order block here. Okay. So when this happens, this is where you're looking for your buy. So if you are buying from here, all right, you can target above this high, target above this high. Target this high, or you target this extreme high, right? All right, so that's what I have for you on USD card, guys. All right, do you have any questions? Any questions so far, guys? Any questions so far? Any questions, additions, subtractions, or contradictions? You have questions. So we have a question in the house. Yes, your question, sir. Okay.
My question is that, you know, when to what you talk about taking outside the place.
Yes.
So if you give it to here,
Yes.
it doesn't mean form any pattern.
Okay.
To take out the place. So can we consider it like that?
No, price is so if price should
It's in
is bullish. Yes. So if price should, so we have a question in the house, and it's about this particular liquidity zone that we highlighted here, this trend line liquidity here. All right. Now, if price should break the, let's make it bigger so we see it. If you've done a lot of back testing and you've seen how price takes liquidity into a demand zone or supply zone, right? This will be a bit more clear to you. But this is a trend line liquidity here. If price should break this zone and we are seeing a correction, okay, there's no way price will correct into a demand zone and it will not take our liquidity. All right. Some people would have been looking to buy somewhere here. All right, price will take them out. Ultimately, you want price to retrace into this. This is a swing demand, like you learned. All right, it's a zone where you should be looking to buy, and a demand zone is valid when you see ample liquidity grabs. A supply zone is valid if you see ample liquidity grabs. Like when you see liquidity grabs in the zone, yes. In any form, yes. This is a trend line liquidity.
Okay, the trend line liquidity doesn't mean any pattern of
the pattern is a trend line. That is a trend. It's giving you you know what the trend line is, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's it. So once you see trend line, that's liquidity in the market. So wait for it to be taken out, then you take your entry.
The system can support
Okay.
liquidity. You know, that time we thought that when we see any pattern or any pattern or so in trend line liquidity, we don't need to
It's not pattern because trend itself is liquidity that is trapped. So then it's not a pattern.
Okay. But in
Or demand and supply.
demand and supply, or demand and supply. So liquidity area to where the liquidity can trap.
Yes.
But that compared to pattern condition.
So check it out. Even when price retraces into the demand on the lower time frame, like we thought, you still looking for M pattern or like because in this zone now, this is demand zone. This is the demand zone.
So people are to buy again or to buy again. But if you understand how it works, you know that this is increase in itself on this cycle. So you want to wait for a good spot to buy from. Remember, this you can buy anywhere on the discount. This is going to be from maybe from here to here. But to buy from a good spot, this idea of this helping you that okay, because I've seen a trend that is creating, price needs to break and take an creating before I start looking for entries. Ultimately, you can just wait for price to get to the extreme demand.
Okay, it's a bit clear.
Things because of this zone now, it is okay. Yes, that's why I'm considering this regularly. You didn't consider this or this much. Yes. So this security now can give someone at least 80 to 70% assurance that the guy is my yes.
Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Are we having fun? Is it fun, guys? If you have gotten some amount of value this morning, type in value in the chat box. We are going to be out of here in the next 3 minutes. But let me know if this has been valuable to you. Okay. So our next live trading session or analysis session is on Thursday. So as we see setups for entry, we're going to be posting it. Right. There's nothing setting up right now for immediate entry. But hopefully in our next class, we'll find a very good setup. All right. Prince will say quality value. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad this is helpful. All right. So guys, very importantly, very important, if you are here and you are not yet a client of TenTrade, all right, I recommend that you register an account with TenTrade. TenTrade is a multi-asset broker that gives you the platform to trade multiple assets in the financial market. We also provide you with quality education and support to help you meet your trading needs. All right. So just follow this particular website here, bit.ly/TenTradeFX. Okay, to create an account with TenTrade. So I'm going to post the same thing on the chat box right now. This is for people that are not yet clients of TenTrade. All right, so I've posted a link on the group. Guys, our next class, our next trading class, our next live class, I want to see at least 50 people join us online live, right? And how do we get 50 people to join? If everybody that's participating invite a friend, okay? If you are getting value from these sessions, that means somebody else can also get value from this trading session, right? Someone can learn, you can update your knowledge, right? Sharing is caring. So our next Thursday class, ensure that you tell your friend about what we are doing here at TenTrade, okay? And let us grow together as a team. All right, so I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. I want to wish us all the very best this trading week. All right, may the markets be on our side. More pips to you, more money. Make the right trading decisions this week. Don't revenge trade. Trade only perfect setups. If something is not very clear to you, leave it, okay, till there's clarity. All right, you don't want to gamble, right? Make accurate decisions, right? Because your money is involved. All right, I want to wish you all the very best. Till Thursday, let's have a remarkable week. Bye bye, guys. God bless you.